Hi guys, welcome back to a new video on the channel. Now today, this is going to be the championship predictions for the 2021 season. I have to stress before I start, these predictions at the moment, they are literally just a laugh. They're just to have us to have a giggle, alright? I had a couple of comments on the previous, the League One video, where I believe someone thought I was being serious. Look, I'm having a laugh. At the moment, a lot of things have happened, and a lot of things will happen that will change my view, change my opinion. So what I've basically said is I'm going to do a jokey table now, just by off the cuff where I think people might finish, and then when it comes to nearer to the start of the season, when transfers have happened and management changes have happened, I'll then do a more serious table. As one of the people, and I love you guys commenting. That's the idea. We're here to interact. One of the people said about how I can put a promoted side from a league below above a team that's been relegated from the higher division. A valid point, and fair play, and I will look into that. And that's the other thing, you guys give me advice as well, and I'll take all of that into the next videos. No problems, it's all good. So please keep those comments coming, I really appreciate it. So with that being said, we'll get into my championship early predictions. Someone said they wanted to see them, so I thought, all right, let's get on with it. So I've had a little look. Now what I've done, I'll say again before the video starts, I predicted Brentford to win the playoffs. Now this is the other reason that this league table is a bit of a laugh, because Brentford lost the first leg to Swansea, so the chances are they may not win the playoffs. Fulham are looking strong, so I have included Fulham, Cardiff and Swansea in this league table, but obviously when I do the prediction closer to the end of the season, the start of next season, obviously I'll know which of those teams are in the Prem and who aren't. So I will do another table there. So before the comments come in, hang on a minute, that's just to explain that's why I haven't included Brentford, because I predicted them to win the playoffs, so I thought I'll use my prediction to what the league will be. Alright, so that's why I've done that. So we are going to start off at first, of course. Now, I first of all put Norwich in there, and then I thought, well, if Fulham don't win the playoffs, they've got one hell of a squad. So we'd obviously have to go on the squad they have now. So yes, granted, if they weren't to be promoted, Mitrovic may not stay, other players might go, but at the moment, based on the team they have now, I've put Fulham in first. In second, I've got Norwich. Although, yes, they had a disastrous Premier League campaign. Daniel Farke is a very good manager. He's a very strong manager, and I think that I know they might lose players, but again, I'm doing these predictions based on the team they have now, and if they were to take that team into the Championship. Obviously, all teams are going to change, but at the moment, keep stressing this, it's just on the moment. If that team was to start the season, I've got them in second. So I made someone laugh with my Peterborough prediction. This is where this one's going to make people laugh. I've got Middlesbrough in third. Now, yes, Middlesbrough had what I can only describe as another disastrous season. For a team of their size, they should not be fighting off relegation. Colin has come in and taken over as manager. We know how good he is in the Championship. We know he'll get results from the players. And I just think with him at the helm, Middlesbrough should be a different team next year. And if they went into the Championship with the team they have now, before players come and go, then I believe they would finish in third. But again, obviously, this can all change with the second prediction video I do closer to the start of the season. So in fourth, we have Watford. Now, Watford were very unfortunate in a way to come down. They didn't have a brilliant season. But again, but using the team they have now, because they may lose the likes of Deeney, you don't know. But with the team they have now, if that was to go into the Championship, I believe they would finish in fourth. Next up, I've got Derby County. Now, this is quite a controversial one because I've said Derby before Nottingham Forest. But I think, again, with Derby, we don't know about Rooney, if he's going to be there or not. There's a lot of decent little players at Derby, and I just think they could be a slight dark horse. But we'll see again what players come in, what players go, with them. So that would be them in 5th. So then in 6th, that's where I bring in Nottingham Forest. Yes, Nottingham Forest had what I can only describe as a brilliant season, and they could see the finishing line, and then they crashed, which obviously is going to make Derby fans have a great summer. But I think they'll come back stronger. I think they'll come back and learn from it. They may not. They might have a really, really bad season. I think that's why the Championship predictions for me are going to be so hard for everybody. So for me, this one's a bit of a laugh. I've got to fit everyone in somewhere. And then obviously the ones I do closer to the start of the season will still be difficult because there are some really big sides in the Championship, and we'll see where it goes from there. So into the next position, and we've got Blackburn. This is a bit of a risky one. Blackburn had an odd season, but decent side, but a bit of a hit and miss. You never really know what Blackburn's going to turn up. Sometimes they can be superb and get a really strong draw against West Brom, and then they can go and get beat 3-2 by Luton, and that's no disrespect to Luton, but with Blackburn it's impossible to predict them really. So next up I've got Cardiff. That's if obviously Cardiff do not get promoted through the playoffs. I believe that they would finish around the 7th, 8th mark. I'm just going to check 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep, so I've Cardiff in 8th. So again, I can see them challenging for the playoffs. I can see them certainly trying to be up there, and I know that there was such a small gap between the teams that I think that's what I sort of expected. So yeah, I believe that at the moment, again with the squad that Cardiff have, if they weren't to win the playoffs, then they would finish 8th next season. So in 9th, that's where I've got Bournemouth. I think Bournemouth, to be fair, they're going to come down with a really strong reputation. Obviously, it depends on if there's a mass clear out or whether there's just a small clear out. They're going to have the parachute money, so they'll be able to invest in more players. Eddie Howe is an incredible manager. If he stays there, then yes, I certainly believe that I'm going to be looking at that prediction in a couple of few weeks' time and thinking, really? Because they could certainly be up there challenging. So please don't be offended by it. Like I said, this is a bit of a laugh. It's not even a serious prediction video. It's just a bit of fun. Just so you guys have got some content, something to watch. But yeah, I believe that's what I've gone with. So in 10th position, I've got Bristol City. Now, Bristol City, again, they're a little bit of a hit and miss club. They've got some great players there. There's not a lot to say about Bristol City because I think they have the potential to be a really, really strong side. A bit like Brentford, they have the potential to get themselves promoted, and I'm sure they can do that. But I'm not sure. Again, looking at the team they've got now, again, they might bring in a world-class striker for all I know. But at the moment with this team, that's where I've put them. The next one's a bit controversial. 11th, I've got Swansea if they don't win the playoffs. Obviously, the Swansea are looking very good. They're 1-0 up against Brentford, in the first leg, so they're certainly in a good position going forward. But if they were to not win the playoffs, then I would see them in 11th next season. But that's only, again, with the team they've got now. Obviously, my prediction close to the time will change. So in 12th, that's where I bring in Millwall. I think they've had an astonishing season. I think they've having to change manager most way through the season. It wasn't easy for them. But, the guys come in and done a great job. And Millwall are certainly looking strong. And I'm sure, again, that they may just prove me wrong. They're a very, very solid side. But again, you've got to try and balance it. And again, bit of fun. I might change my mind. This is going to get repetitive, but I might change my mind come the start of next season. So, next up, we have Preston. I think Preston slightly overachieved this season where they finished, but they do have a good squad. Again, if the fans are allowed back into the stadiums, their stadium has a good all-round atmosphere. So again, that can help. They will invest, like I know a lot of teams will. As someone pointed out to me that Blackpool had invested heavily. I didn't know this before I made the video. So it was more of a case of, just at the time, it was thinking of the Blackpool team from last year. Now that I know that they've brought a new manager in, they've got, that will certainly change my opinion for the new video. So that's where I've got them. Next up, we have Birmingham City. But Birmingham certainly, I think, have this ability to either have a good season or a bad season. They never have a middle season. They either have a good season or they have a really bad season. Like last year, it wasn't brilliant for them. It was quite bad. They almost got sucked into relegation. They were okay in the end, but it could have been different. But they've had a lot of trouble this year, obviously with FFP and stuff. But I think, given the new season, we'll see what happens in the summer. Again, the prediction might change. They might bring players in, and we'll see from there. Next up, we have Stoke City. Now, Stoke, obviously, again, they had a really poor season last year. They didn't, coming out of the Premier League, everyone, even Stoke fans were thinking, we'll walk this league, it'll be easy. It's not. And they did struggle. So we shall definitely see how they get on going forward. Next up, we have Queen's Park Rangers. QPR, again, they finished in mid-table. They had a little bit of a tricky season. The team they've got now is what I'm stressing again. I don't know. They do need to invest, and I'm sure they will do. And if they do, obviously that will change my opinions going forward. So then we move on to Coventry City, who I've got next. I'm just going to find out where they are actually. 24, 22, 21, 29, 7. Since 17th, I've got Coventry. I think that they're gonna be a difficult side to play against. But again, I'm not so sure how strong the side is. But again, they're going to invest, as we keep saying. At the moment, the team that Coventry currently have, that's the team that I'm thinking will finish in 17th. But if they obviously bring players in, depending on who they bring in, who they lose, then the prediction will change. And I can easily see them finishing higher. 18th, I've got Sheffield Wednesday. Now, the reason that I've gone with Sheffield Wednesday is I think they are obviously going through this FFP. We don't quite know yet, even as I do this video. Are they going to be sent to League One? We don't know. It's all sort of up and down. I apologise for my neighbour, he's banging. But yeah, so you don't really know. So you've got to sort of take it in its stride and see what happens going forward. So next up in 18th, I've got Wycombe Wanderers. Now I think Wycombe are going to be a very difficult side to beat. I think like Luton, a lot of people will probably have them in their bottom four, but I think they'll do very well. But we shall see again. They might bring players in, so we don't know. In 20th, I've got Rotherham United. I think Rotherham will survive. I know a lot of people, again, may have them in their bottom four, but I believe that they will survive. So we move on to 21st. Now, the three relegated teams will come up to, but just missing out 21st, I've got Barnsley. I think Barnsley will just about survive again. I'm not sure what season they're going to have. They could lose Charlie Woodrow, I believe. He's a very good striker, but we don't quite know yet what's going to happen. I can only apologise for banging if you can hear it. So, guys, into the three teams. You know what three teams are left? Those three teams that are left are Huddersfield Town, Luton Town, and Reading. Now, I've got Huddersfield Town in 22nd. I'm not sure. I know they've got new managers, but looking at it, I'm not sure how strong that Huddersfield side is going to be. Again, I could be completely wrong as they bring players in. 23rd, I've got Luton. So yeah, you already worked out who's bottom. So I've got Luton Town. Amazing job Luton have done, staying up. Absolutely amazing job. I'm not taking anything away from them. I'm not so sure in the second season if they're going to have enough. But again, they might do. So that brings me to 24th and bottom of the league. And I've got my team, Reading. Now, a lot of you are probably thinking, what? Now, I know this is a joke video. I know this is like I said, the prediction is a bit of a laugh. But honestly, we are having a major clear out at Reading. A lot of our players are going. Yes, today it's been announced we've signed Josh Laurent from Shrewsbury, so that's a good first signing. But I have to be honest, I have to be realistic, and in my honest opinion, the Reading team at the moment, we possibly might lose Swift, we might lose other people. I just don't think we're going to have a great season next season, and I have to be honest. So at the moment, I might change my mind as I do the prediction towards the end of the start of the season. But at the moment, I've got Reading in 24th. They're my team, but I have to be honest. I have to do these predictions as openly and honestly as I think. Obviously, you guys will give me, comments in the comments, and that will certainly help with me going forward, like in the previous video. I've got the League 2 video, I'm going to post that as well today, but that concludes the Championship prediction table. Like I said, guys, this is only a bit of fun at the moment. This isn't my serious Championship predictions. I just thought, look, let's have a laugh. Let's have something to watch. So please, guys, don't take it too seriously as to where I've predicted teams. I haven't explained too much about the teams because at the moment, you've only really got last season to go on or anything we've heard in the papers. So when I do the video again, close to the end of the season, it will make more sense. What I'll do this time is I'll put the league table in the comment or in the description, as my app's not working at the moment, so I can't put it on the screen. One request, guys, if you know anybody that's watching these videos, a lot of you are watching them but they're not subscribing. Obviously, the more subscribers I can get, the more content I can make, and actually when I start getting more subscribers, I can then start getting advertising, and then that will certainly help me with new sort of equipment to make these videos even better for you guys to watch. But this is because it's your channel as much as mine, which is why as soon as the guy said he wanted to see the Championship video, here it is, I'm doing it. So thank you very much for watching, guys. Have a wonderful week, and I shall see you very soon. Take care.